MrBeast is known to carry out some of the deadliest challenges ever, but not every time he is lucky. From almost dying of starvation
Can I sit down for a second?
to being suffocated by remaining underwater for a challenge, MrBeast has survived near death, where he put his life on the stake. Many times his real-life incidents proved shockingly dangerous. His life remains under threat, and he can't even go out without protection and security.
I can't be in large crowds. I just can't. I can't go watch a movie with my girlfriend.
Here we bring 5 incidents when MrBeast almost died due to his own actions, and sometimes his fortune. Number 5, remaining underwater for 24 hours challenge.
As you can see, it is currently 11:26. I'm gonna spend 24 hours under this. So when I come out from under this box, there should be 11:26 tomorrow. And this box is underwater, which means I will have spent 24 hours underwater.
MrBeast kept his legacy with thousands of challenges, but this challenge dragged him to death only one step away. In 2018, MrBeast recorded a video challenging himself to remain underwater for 24 hours. His friends excitingly helped him make a plastic box so that Jimmy could keep his head in it to possibly breathe. The plan was to keep the whole box underwater, but only the lid pinned to the bottom of the outside pool. Jimmy also got a pipe to breathe in the oxygen from the outside so that he could survive for 24 hours.
Constantly feeding me oxygen, so that's why I won't suffocate, because this tube right here is going to be pumping oxygen into here the entire time.
Poor Jimmy didn't know what was about to come. Everything seemed fun at the beginning.
I need my phone. or working on it.
Jimmy had some quality time with Chris and even ate McDonald's underwater.
Yeah, it doesn't look like too much. I don't know if I can share.
The main part started happening 8 hours after the challenge began. That was the moment Jimmy's head started aching like never before. He even needed to make sure his legs were moving because he couldn't feel any movement for hours.
Dude, that feels so...
His body started showing severe osmosis. Finally, after 14 hours of the challenge, Jimmy gave up and came out of the pool. His facial expressions and unstoppably trembling legs say it all.
My leg is literally shaking. Stop shaking, you're annoying me.
Jimmy could have been dead if he remained a little more time down there.
Let's do this. I have a massive freaking headache.
My head hurts. It's literally throbbing.
Tyler, can I go home? I feel terrible. That was a horrible idea.
The reason was carbon dioxide. As Jimmy was breathing out in the same box he was breathing in, the box filled with CO2. A human cannot survive in carbon dioxide. In fact, it causes suffocation and finally death. MrBeast realized that was the worst challenge to go for ever in his life, but that was just for the moment, as he didn't stop putting his head in trouble time after time, just like this next challenge. Number 4, 30 days with no food challenge. This is another time MrBeast went crazy just to bring some fun content for his viewers.
And if I, for any reason, eat food in the next 30 days, Chris, you get to shave my head. No. No.
But was that actually fun for Jimmy? Of course, it's not from any angle. In 2022, a challenge video showed up on MrBeast's channel saying, "I didn't eat for 30 days. Jimmy's viewers know he could go miles and miles just to make unique content for his fans. But in this process, he could actually put himself into trouble, which is dangerous. If starving for a straight 30 days is not impossible, it isn't easy." Jimmy had a whole team of doctors looking after him to make sure he didn't get a heart attack or other medical conditions, but he has actually been into a severe disease since 15. There's this disease called Crohn, which is a condition of swelled intestines. People with this disease can't eat the way they could before this disease. Jimmy always had to look after his diet and eat less because he still suffers from the same disease even in 2024. In such conditions, doing a challenge like starving for 30 days could be deadliest for Jimmy if he didn't give up earlier. He lost 18 pounds till the 13th day of fasting. On the 14th day, the doctors advised him to quit as he could fall for some worse and inevitable problems.
Your hormone levels came back and it shows you are doing good with your fast. Your electrolytes still look good, but I'm a little bit concerned about your energy level. When you start to feel worse, we can always break the fast for your safety.
Finally, on the 15th day of the challenge, Jimmy gave up on eating a burger from his favorite chef.
So you're breaking the fast?
I'm gonna break the fast.
It's supposed to be sloppy, rich, delicious.
But a stomach that remained empty for 15 days and now, filled with fast food, couldn't resist the aches. Jimmy claimed he went through the worst stomach pain ever. This challenge could take Jimmy's life if he kept on proceeding for more days. When MrBeast puts himself in trouble, Sometimes his real life gets to his head with miserable situations, just like what happened to him when he was traveling. Number 3, MrBeast delayed his flight to save his life.
You know, in the airport, I was wearing my hoodie, sunglasses, just staring at the floor. I was like, if I don't take any photos, I'll just go straight to the hotel room. No one will know I'm here.
Being an incredibly famous person and having millions and billions of fans can seem to be an amazing thing at first. But sometimes, too much love can turn into trouble. That's what happened with MrBeast when he was traveling for his Antarctica video. As there were no direct flights from America to Antarctica, Jimmy had to stay in a small town in Chile. He was sure nobody could recognize him at the airport in hoodies, and his head bowed down. Luckily or unluckily, a small kid recognized him and asked him for a photo.
And somehow this one little kid recognized me, and I was like, no photo, please. And he's like, photo, because he speaks Spanish. And I was like,
Jimmy, being the kindest person in this world, said yes.
I didn't know how to tell him no, and I didn't want to be mean, so I took it. And that was it. And I got in and out of the airport.
And that picture went viral on social media. An unknown stalker even leaked information about where Jimmy was staying. His fans now knew he was staying in Chile, and within a few hours, there was a crowd of around 200 people outside his hotel. People were even going down and up, knocking on different hotel rooms to know in which room Jimmy was staying. MrBeast couldn't handle this much crowd as his life has always been at stake, with many people looking to target him. Some people even spent a couple of days outside the hotel. Jimmy had to delay his flight to Antarctica. He even spent $30,000 on security in Chile. After waiting for a few days, the situation got a little better for Jimmy to finally step out of the hotel to take his flight. Who knew there could be a killer in that crowd, waiting for Jimmy to come out? That was one of the weirdest experiences of Jimmy's life. Number 2, MrBeast was to ride in a Titan submarine. Many of you might be aware of the Titan submarine news, but in case you're not, let me tell you. In 2023, a group of 4 billionaires decided to take a ride on Titan's submarine to see the Titanic. They even spent millions on the tickets, but after a few hours under the water, the submarine collapsed like a plastic bottle. All 4 billionaires died just in the blink of an eye. A few days after the incident, MrBeast tweeted that he had been invited to take a ride on the Titan submarine, but he said no. He tweeted, he even shared a screenshot of his friend inviting him over. Why he said no is not clear. But the thing is, MrBeast nearly escaped death. His tweet raised a lot of controversies among his fans. Many people say it can't be true, but MrBeast cleared the confusion popping up among people. Whatsoever, if it's true, MrBeast is one of the world's luckiest guys to have escaped death. Number 1, MrBeast escaped a stalker.
Somewhere in the Middle East, this guy hired a private investigator in North Carolina. I have no context to find me.
Jimmy is scared of death. It is another time death scared him when he found out he had been stalked by an anonymous guy from somewhere in the Middle East. One day, MrBeast received a phone call from a private investigator. He told Jimmy that a stalker was looking for him.
Oh, the private investigators call you directly?
Yeah.
When Jimmy asked the reason, all the investigator said was that the stalker was taking a flight from Dubai to America tomorrow.
But, so he calls us, lets us know. He's like, this time it's someone from Dubai. We don't really know what he wants, but he's just flying to North Carolina tomorrow, and he just paid me to find you.
This call scared the hell out of MrBeast. The other day, he increased his security and alerts. He also made them pick their weapons and go to that stalker's room. The security met the stalker and asked him why he wanted to meet Jimmy, and the guy said he had some video ideas that he wanted to share with Jimmy. The security searched the stalker's room but found nothing suspicious.
I have security, so my security went with the private investigator to meet him, and my security's just like, why the fuck are you here? Why are you trying to find Jimmy? And the guy's like, I just have video ideas I really want to give him.
Still, Jimmy remained on the safe side and lied that he had been out for security reasons. The stalker went back to Dubai without meeting Jimmy. But is that really it? Is it all the stalker flew from Dubai to America for? Something feels fishy in this incident. Who knows if Jimmy had actually escaped death? Whether the stalker had wrong intentions for MrBeast or he was just Jimmy's fan, everything happens for good.